Welcome to another episode of Got Controversy Radio, FM 69, area code 347-857-2124. And my special guest this evening is Mr. Sarantos. How you doing tonight?
Good.
Good, I'm glad. Tonight we're discussing Sarantos and his music. He's a singer, he's a songwriter. And Sarantos, one thing I want to know, at what part or how old when you actually started songwriting, and how old were you when you started to sing the songs you were writing?
Well, I started writing pretty young. My family was always into music, and we were listening to it and almost nonstop. And probably about fourth grade is when I consistently started writing lyrics and envisioning music and songs and creating them.
Really? Now, what about instrument playing? I noticed that you play instruments as well, part of your music.
Yeah, to be quite frank, I would not actually say I play an instrument. I mean, I mess around on the synthesizer and I can pretend to play guitar, drums, but I don't consider myself, very skilled at any instrument. I think my biggest talent is singing and songwriting. And I do rely on a lot of talented musicians to kind of help play the guitar, the drums, the way I envision it, develop it, and, to each of my songs.
Okay, so you're pretty good in letting them know the style of what you're looking for and singing the melodies and so on for them to get what you need.
Yeah, I mean, digitally, I use a program called Logic, which, you can create pretty much anything you want. And the way I envision the music and, they listen to it, I tell them what tempo, what beat, what instruments I'd like. I kind of throw it all together. And then I usually, there's different people that I work with that are great at each different instrument. And they look at my vision, they listen to it, and we kind of put it together, basically to my liking, I guess.
Okay. Would you say that when you're writing, do you have to be in a certain place, certain time of the day, certain time of the night? Do you have a special place when you're writing it where the thoughts can really flow?
No, I can pretty much write anywhere. I've been inspired by any little mundane thing that most people would ignore. It's not always about life-altering moments. It's I can look out at the snow and just decide to write a song. I can be going about my daily activities, and pretty much any time, anywhere, at the gym. I mean, I can put together a song from listening to another type of song or anywhere.
Oh, okay. Now, I want to play one of your songs, and before we play it, if you can give us a little bit of background. This one is entitled "Not Where I Want to Be."
Mm-hmm.
Was there something going on when you wrote that particular song, or just if you could give us a little dialogue with that of what transpired?
Sure. I think the song is basically a slow ballad, and it really puts the listener in the focus of someone who's turning 30 the next day. And, when I looked at it, going from your 20s to that magical 30th birthday, it's a pretty big event. And I think for me personally, it was the night before, and it was just kind of a little intimidating because, in your 20s you think, well, first of all, in your teens you're always rushing to grow up and be 21, and then you're 21 and you feel like you can do anything, whether it's be a rock star, move to LA to go to Hollywood, become a doctor, lawyer, anything. And then all of a sudden you hit 30, and all these dreams you might have had of making it in the NFL or playing Major League Baseball, all of a sudden you start to realize that the clock is running out, meaning that whatever your dream or passion is, if you're not necessarily doing it, you might not have as much time left to pursue your dream as you think. So that's kind of the cold, hard reality that kind of hits him the night before his 30th birthday. So obviously the song can be interpreted a bunch of different ways about relationships or love, but really the premise is it's not specifically about a person, it's specifically about someone who realizes that his 20s are going to be gone forever, and he's going to hit 30. And the charity that I chose for that first song is the American Cancer Society. So the double meaning to the song is, cancer is not really where anyone wants to be. And my father died of lung cancer a couple years ago, and it was he was dealing with lung cancer for about 15 years. He went through 2-3 recurrences, and I chose that charity because I think the song, when you listen to the lyrics and the mood of the song, it really is a struggle and a challenge to deal with the diagnosis of lung cancer or cancer of any kind, and
right.
Going through the treatments, the chemotherapy, the surgery. So that was what those lyrics also meant to me. So that's why I chose that charity.
I really like that. It's so encouraging and inspiring when a person with a creative talent that has passion and they can put lyrics and music together, but yet have a source of a meaning of what inspired them to write the song. And I think the fact that you chose the life event that happened to you and to your dad could be one inspiring thing, and for the proceeds of this song to go toward the cancer research. Yeah. And once again, I am Kason, your host of God Controversy Radio, and this song we're going to play is Not Where I Want to Be by Sarantos. Stand by.
I'm turning 30 tomorrow.
All right, welcome back to the God Controversy Radio Show and my special guest, Sarantos, and you just listened to Not Where I Want to Be. Sarantos, I listened to the track a couple times prior to the show today, and this particular time when I listened to it, I don't know if you ever thought about it. You ever thought about doing any music scores for any television or at all? Because I saw that. Is that a desire at all?
Yeah, actually, there is an instrumental and an a cappella version of it, and I think it'd be great for some movies and TV shows. And I have been approached by a couple publishing companies, but obviously they wanted to take 50% of the rights and that kind of stuff. So I figured at this point, I think if my goal is to raise as much money for charity as possible, I'm certainly open to licensing it to pretty much any TV show or movie out there. I just prefer to work directly at this point. That's not to say that in the future I'm not going to sign with a label or use a publishing house, but at this point I'm kind of trying to do it on my own just because I feel like I can raise more money for charity for Sarantos or, music.
You know what? I really like that. Once again, passionate about the craft and not letting the glitz and the glamour or even finance to dictate your direction. I really love that. Because, once we stay pure and true to what we believe in, and our focus is that, the positive side and reaping the positive benefits from continuously to have creative control, and those who have suffered with cancer or any illnesses of any charities that you are sowing the seeds with from the sales of your work, I think is once again is to be commended. But I really think it's awesome. When I was listening to it, I said, I wanted to say this, because I watch a lot of drama TV shows and a lot of detective shows. And, they have certain scenes and so on. The first thing I thought about, wow, this is definitely a commercial where it could be used, because the melody was just really melodic. It could really, really relax you and think about the lyrical content. So I really thank you for that. Now, this next one is oh, you're so welcome, sir. This next one is entitled Nothing to Hide. Now,
yes.
Did you write these near the same time or different plays? If you can tell what was going on with this one as well.
Sure. No, they were not written at the same time. I've written well over 2,000 songs.
Wow.
I have a wide variety of music and lyrics that I've written, but the inspiration to this one, and again, same thing, this can be interpreted a couple different ways, but main inspiration is obviously this is a person that really feels like he has nothing to hide, and his significant other keeps accusing him of basically cheating on her. But the truth is, and if you watch the video, there's an interesting twist at the end. The secret passion is not any other person, it's his music. So obviously, the double meaning with the charity, this one is for the American Lung Association. And really, I myself dealt with asthma for a couple of years, and asthma is a very debilitating disease. It's very prevalent in the world. And
yes.
What I noticed is even I myself was kind of shy about using my inhaler. And, if I had to use it, I'd kind of go to the bathroom and use it. And I realized, people with asthma shouldn't have to hide their inhaler. They should have nothing to hide. So I thought it's a great double meaning for this song, and that's why I chose the American Lung Association.
Wow. Once again, I guess I'm smiling and all. I just want to share a little bit of myself. I'm an amputee, and I volunteer at the hospital here in North Carolina, and I'm a certified peer visitor. And I just read so many articles of a lot of amputees that don't have prosthetics or have services. So you're giving back. I really love that part of your as an artist. Nothing to hide, but the concept. I love it because if a man is being accused by his wife, but yet the other or the perception of another woman is another drive or the other side of him, and that's his passion of writing. Nothing to hide here on the God Controversy Radio Show, and in my studio is Mr. Sarantos. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with Sarantos of Nothing to Hide. Wow. Once again, that was another commercial track. I thought about the show Friends. I don't know. I'm curious. Which one did you get approached for? Did you get approached for using both possibly or one or the other, the songs?
To be honest with you, I am open to using any of my music anywhere, and I have no problem licensing it. It's even licensed on YouTube if people just want to plug it into any video that they make. They're allowed to do it all over the web. And I find it complimentary if someone wants to use my music for anything in the media, to be honest with you. So I'd be very open to it.
I'm glad. I was just, when you said it, once again, I'm sitting here in between playing the songs and talking to you. My brain is just turning, okay, if I was Sarantos, what would I do with this? Okay. And I thought about, maybe pitch it exclusively for a nonprofit or mention that, and they're more apt to it, on the basis where they can have a tax benefit, So I don't know, just a thought. Just put a little bug in your ear with the creative side. But instantly I thought about Friends, and I don't know how old you are, Sarantos, man, but I got to tell you, there was an old TV show that came on years ago. It was a school teacher, and he was a superhero. I think it was called Greatest American Hero. Are you familiar with that show?
I remember that, yeah. That was hilarious.
Okay, he wore a red outfit. Man, I went way back then, so I may be showing my age. But instantly, I think sitcom. Not saying it can be used for maybe an opening movie score for something at the box office, but I instantly thought about sitcom. Friends and some other things.
Yeah, I agree.
Boy, but both
I can definitely see it being the title of a movie or something also.
Oh, yeah. And then when you sit down and you want to create, you think, okay, if I had a choice to be on the creative board of this film project, who would I want to? What characters that I'm most enlightened with that could really pull it off? Because instantly you think about the title, you think about a love song, a love script. So man, I'm sitting there smiling and cheesing like I'm creating something, but that's all right. Wow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back and talk some more about your music and Sarantos. When we come back, we're gonna talk about that. All right? Once again, we're live in the studio with Sarantos on the God Controversy Radio Show. All right. The next one is Sade, Soldier of Love. That was Sade, Soldier of Love, on the FM Got Controversy radio station. And in the studio with me tonight is Sarantos. Man, I like that. It is Latin. What does that mean?
Actually, Sarantos is my name in Greek, and that's basically a simple
Greek,
explanation
okay.
for it.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Wow. Man, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm playing the songs that of yours we were just playing on the air, and I just have a question. When you're creating, when you're writing, the joy that you get putting the music to your lyrics, is it just as warm and refreshing to you with the same amount of meaning, or does one weigh heavier or more with the other than the other?
That's a great question. I think it depends on the mood and the song. I mean, some songs I just feel like the lyrics really are knocking it out of the park. And then other songs I feel like the lyrics are great, but there's a certain musical element that I think really takes it home. So it just varies on each song. And I can tell you overall, I really focus on the lyrics. So to me, any song that I write or make or put out there, to me it's all about the lyrics. So it's not like other people that focus on the music and then the lyrics you can barely make out what they say. And that's another reason why I put the lyrics on my website. I put them on every YouTube video that's out there because I want people to know what the lyrics are and I want them to appreciate them. So, but you know, I know it's kind of a vague answer that it depends, but usually it's about the lyrics. But yeah.
The reason why I'm really excited because I consider myself as a writer of different things. Years ago, it started off as writing songs, and it went to to poetry, to short stories, and I've had some things in life that inspired the writing, and that's why I asked that. Because to me, lyrics to me is so inviting. Not even just lyrics, just words. Whether you're writing a song or you're author of a book, it's just the time that's spent, the care that's there. Because what's really amazing, a lot of these artists that are out, a lot of them don't even write their material. Someone else is writing it for them. You know, they're doing a great delivery. And sometimes a person, here we go now, that writes the songs, it doesn't fit the character. Like the woman who wrote the show, I know you heard all the hoopla about the 50 Shades of Grey.
Sure.
She doesn't fit the characters of what she wrote about in her book. So you can't judge a book by its cover until you know the contents of its pages. You know,
sure.
So wow, I like that. You know.
By the way, that 50 Shades of Grey, that'd be a great movie to put nothing to hide in.
You know. Yes, it is.
So if you want to let your contacts know, I would authorize that, no problem.
Because, boy, over 70 million copies of the book sold. You know,
yeah.
I want to talk a little bit, if you're okay, with the charities.
Sure.
When you present your music and you present Sarantos and who you are they adapt to receive? There's no hindrance at all for the how you for the patrons?
Sure. My intention, and we didn't talk about this yet, but the first CD is coming out November 18th, and what I'm trying to do is interact with the fans. So every Tuesday I'm releasing something. So every month this year and even next year, there's a new song coming out every month. And each song has a different charity associated with it. So what I try to do is I try to contact the charity, and I'm very upfront with them, and I say, look, I don't need anything from you. I'm not asking you to promote it. I'm not asking you to do absolutely anything. I just want you to know, in case someone contacts you, that 33% of all profits from this song, whether they're tomorrow or next year, from the video, from any licensing, if it gets into any movie or anything, are going to go to you. And I just want you to know that. And, of course, my ultimate vision, if I get bigger as an artist and I have more weight, I would love to do a launch party every month when the song comes out, invite the charity. I'm not asking them for a penny. I just want to get exposure and donate everything from that night to the charity. So I'm willing to do free concerts for any of these charities, to be honest with you, for anything that has a charitable cause. I'm not looking to get paid. I'm just looking to try to raise money for these charities and for pretty much anybody. And I tell my fans all the time, if you have a charitable cause, I'm going to be doing this for a long time, and send me the charity name. And I've got stuff lined up for next year for the second CD already. So I have not had much luck. Both charities, for the first two songs that I contacted, said basically, sure, that's nice. We can't really endorse you or put you on our website or do anything, but we'll take the money. So I do wish that there was more of an effort to work with me to set up. Again, I'm not asking them for money. I'm not asking them to host anything, but I do hope the songs take off, and I do hope I can cut them a big check. That's really my ultimate goal. So I understand their position. I mean, I don't think anyone has approached them before like I have, but I get it.
You know, I fully understand your concept, and I understand the position of the organizations as well. But I think, once again, with the way our media is funded in a lot of different ways and areas, whether television or secular, religious, and on about, I really think they could generate more revenue to the various foundations if they would be more open to support or show some form of support with the releasing or the endorsing of charitable donations. And it shouldn't have to be based on how much you're giving or who's being the giver. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
Yeah. And I want to tell you, I just went to your fan page, and I liked it. And with your permission, Sarantos, I would like to share that. And if anytime you want to send me a track, or we can talk offline, I would love to promote it and play it, and even post it or link it on my Facebook page and also Twitter. So
absolutely, I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Yes, I do a lot of blog radio. I have other associates that do radio as well, and some of them are really warm than others. But I would love to support what you're doing. I guess when you look at it, it's not so much just for the foundations, but one is you as an artist as well. But the concept and then the desire and then the meaning behind your giving. You know, I really like that, and it is truly commercial. And I can only hope and pray that every door that you knock on gets opened for you, for someone of importance to have a listening ear, to be able to know what they're getting, and to get a complete package and something that's worthwhile. And just don't make me feel like it's strictly about the money, but be concerned about the giver as well, the provider. Wow.
Thank you.
Sarantos, not where I want to be, and nothing to hide. Wow. Man. So, is it too early to say what you're releasing next week? Or you want to make it a surprise?
No, actually, if you go on the website is www.melogia.com. It's melogia.com. The list is there, even starting the second CD. So on the first Tuesday of March, which is March 4th, I believe, Back and Forth is going to be the next song, and it's a really cool pop song that basically is about a guy who, I think as human beings, we're all at some point indecisive, and we kind of go back and forth, trying to make a decision, whether it's about what we're going to eat tonight, whether it's about love, whether it's about work, whether it's about anything. And it's a really cool song, and when the video comes out the second Tuesday of the month, it's pretty hilarious. So it's definitely a pretty funny video. I think the fans will enjoy it.
Once again, if you could share with me and also with the listeners the website again.
Sure. It's www.melogia.com, or if you just look on anything, Facebook, Twitter, if you just search for Sarantos or Sarantos Music, we're in all the social media and, on the top of the Google search engines for all those terms. So
yeah, I'm actually posting your fan page on my Facebook page, so I'm going to do that a little bit often. Yes, you're so welcome. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with some closing comments to my special guest, Sarantos, in the studio with me tonight. Wow, I'm in awe. I'm really in awe. Next is Adele, Chasing Pavements on FM 69. That was Adele on the God Controversy Radio Show, FM 69, 347-857-2124. And my special guest tonight is Sarantos. Man, I have to tell you, I'm really excited about it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to continue pushing the music, posting on the fan page. And I'm not real good with the YouTube yet, but I have a YouTube account, and I'm going to see if I can link or copy or load some or like the videos, and then maybe they'll come up on. I showed to play them on my page as well, and we can help facilitate more likes and more action and activity. You know.
Thank you.
Once again, if you could share with the listeners where your music can be found at, or where you can be reached, or what you support, and tell them a couple of times so they can get it. And I have a final question for you.
Sure. The main website is www.melogia.com. That's melogia.com. And my name is Sarantos, Sarantos. If you look me up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Reverb Nation, Vimeo, SoundCloud, basically all over the place. And feel free to interact with me on Facebook. I have no marketing people that do everything. I respond to every message, comment personally, and I love interacting with the fans.
Wow, you've heard it first by Sarantos, singer, songwriter. I thank him for stopping by the station tonight. Now, I have one final thing, Sarantos. If you could share some profound words about you or your music or what you support, what would be the key thing you would share with any audience?
I think probably the number one thing I would encourage anybody to do is to follow your heart, and whatever your passion is, whether it's music, whether it's being in a movie, whether it's becoming a doctor, lawyer, stockbroker, whatever it is, I encourage them to go for it. I think life is too short, and to the young people out there, I would encourage them to enjoy their youth and vitality, and just to listen to anything anyone tries to teach you or tell you, because I personally try to learn from everybody every single day.
I like that. I really do. Sarantos, thank you so much, man. In the near future, if you have time out of your busy schedule, I would love to have you back on the show, and if for anything, any release, any songs. But I'm going to be looking for the songs and playing them and getting them in rotation, and hopefully I can download them in a format that I can bring them and play them on the show. So thank you again for stopping by with us. And you have a good night.
Thank you, and I'd be happy to come back anytime, and I'd be happy to send you the songs anytime.
Well, with that in mind, as it gets closer, I'll have to ask my station rep to contact you, and we can go from there. I just want to follow the proper chain of command. So
yeah, absolutely. Yep, I have no problem.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Okay, you too. Have a great night, and thanks for having me. Bye.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Sarantos live in the studio. He brought some music with us, and I was so glad for the foundation that he supports. His song, Not Where I Want to Be and Nothing to Hide. And, as a matter of fact, before I get off the air, I'm going to play it again, and I want to thank you for stopping by. This next song is Jill Scott, Hear My Call. I'm your host, Kason, of the God Controversy Radio Show, FM 69, 347-857-2124, 347-857-2124. I want to send a shout-out to my special guest, Sarantos. I really enjoy sitting down with that young man. His song entitled Not Where I Want to Be and Nothing to Hide. They are definitely commercial, but what's really more important, more than anything, is his foundations that he's supporting for cancer research. I love that. I support him, and we will be supporting him on this show. Once again, go to www.melogia.com to download and listen to his music. His CD is coming out later this year in November, and I would love to have him back on the show. Sarantos, this is for you, young man. Thank you again, and I'm going to play it again, Not Where I Want to Be, on FM God Controversy Radio. That was Sarantos on the God Controversy Radio Show. I'm Not Where I Want to Be. And here's another one of his tracks. I really like this one as well. It's called Nothing to Hide on FM 69. That was Nothing to Hide by Sarantos. I want to thank him again for stopping by the studio tonight to sit down and talk to us about his passion, his writing, his singing, and as well as his foundations as well, and his donations and his charitable donations to cancer research. And the two tracks we so favored and we enjoyed tonight was Not Where I Want to Be and Nothing to Hide from Sarantos. And once again, his website is www.melogia.com. And every week until the release of his forthcoming album in November, every single week he's releasing something new. You can also find him on YouTube as well. You go to his website and just really enjoy this young man and what he's doing. And once again, that's www.melogia.com. And you've heard it tonight on FM, God Controversy Radio, 347-857-2124. Until we meet again, I want to leave you with Top Jazz, Mr. Magic. Good night.